Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Sport This Week video. In this week's video, we've got a lot of sports. We've got a new sport in NFL. Not going to do much on NFL normally. It's just because it's the Super Bowl. It's a big thing, and I'm just saying who the winner was. Also, we've got basketball, the return of tennis. We've got rugby, football, and UFC as well. So, they're the sports that we have today. Hopefully, you do enjoy it. Like the video if you do indeed like the video. Subscribe if you are new. And let's get straight into it. Actually, before we get straight into it, I might be able to look a bit better. Basically, I've got a new light. If you don't already know, the reason why I didn't upload much last week was because it was my birthday. So, and then I got a couple of things, got a couple of shirts and all that. On Wednesday, I might be doing a special kind of video. But at the moment, I've got the new light. I might be doing a special video basically showing off my new football shirts. Well, all my football shirts, because I've got about 15, 16. And it's kind of a little collection, so it could be a good video. So if you do want to see that, please like this video. I'll probably end up doing it anyway. But yeah, let's actually get into it now. So we'll start off with NFL, as it is only the Super Bowl winners. So Tampa Bay won 31-9 versus Kansas City. So they won the Super Bowl. So I don't really know too much about either team. As like I've said, I don't really know much about NFL. But congratulations to them. And that'll probably be the thumbnail and title. Moving on, we'll go to the tennis. So, it was the woman, I don't know if it's women actually, it's the WTA Australian Open, which is only for women, and then there's another thing for the men, which I'll say in a minute, but here are the results. So, Williams won 2-0 versus Gavrilova, Konta won 2-0 versus Pera, Konta then lost 2-1 versus Begu, Williams won 2-0 versus Pironkova, sorry if I'm saying any of these names wrong by the way. Williams won 2-0 versus 2-1 versus Collins, and then that was the women's results. So in the ATP Cup, which was the men's cup that was going on at the same time this week, Djokovic won 2-0 versus Povalov. That's how you say it, I think. Djokovic, and then so basically he did like a solo and a double and a solo and a double. So Djokovic plus Kragnovic won 2-0 versus Rainic, and Shapovalov, that person again. Djokovic then did a solo, so he won 2-1 versus Zverev, and then he did a double with Kacic, but they lost 2-1 versus Struff and Zverev, so Zverev again, but actually winning this time. And yeah, that was the tennis news. Sorry if it was a bit scuffed, but it's just hard to get out the names sometimes. But that was the tennis news. We'll move on to the rugby now. Not loads, but the start of the Six Nations this week, so that's always a fun little thing. France won 50-10 versus Italy. Scotland won 11-6 versus England. And Wales won 21-16 versus Ireland. So any three results this week. Maybe there'll be more next week. I don't know off the top of my head. But that's the rugby. We'll do the basketball next. There's been a lot of results this week, so we'll just end up going through them as quick like normal. But, okay, we'll start off. So, Philadelphia won 119-110 versus Indiana. Lakers won 107-99 versus Atlanta. Charlotte won 129-121 versus Miami. Bulls won 110-102 versus New York. Brooklyn won 124-120 versus Los Angeles. Boston won 111-107 versus Golden State. Philadelphia won 118-111 versus Charlotte. New York won 107-103 versus Chicago. Los Angeles won 121-99 versus Cleveland. Washington won. What did Washington won? 103-100 versus Miami. Sacramento won 116-111 versus Boston. Philadelphia lost 121-105 versus Portland. Lakers won 114-93 versus Denver. Orlando won 123-190 versus Chicago. Miami won 122-95 versus Washington. Los Angeles lost 109-115 versus Boston. Chicago then won 118-92 versus Orlando. Philadelphia lost I can't get these out. Give me a second. Philadelphia won 124-108 versus Brooklyn. Lakers won 135-129 versus Detroit. Miami won 109-103 versus New York. Phoenix won 100-91 versus Boston. And Sacramento won 113-110 versus Los Angeles. There we go. That was the basketball news. Sorry that's very hard to get out, but it's a lot of reading and I need to do it quite quick. But yeah, that is the basketball news. Hope hope you enjoyed that, I guess. So that is that bit. We'll do the football next. There's a lot of news in that because the transfer deadline day was the start of this week. So this last week, I guess. So we've got all that news as well. So starting off, so it's deadline day. Caicedo signed for Brighton, a youngster. Khedira has signed for Hertha, so the opposite of that, veteran. Willock signed for Newcastle on loan. Kabak has signed for Liverpool on loan. Davies has signed for Liverpool. King has signed for Everton. Minamino has signed for Southampton on loan. Maitland-Niles has signed for West Brom on loan. Yoxulu has signed for West Brom on loan. Mustafi has signed for Schalke. This is interesting though. Villas-Boas, the Marseille manager, has resigned after club signed Oliver Nitcham from Celtic, who he didn't want to sign, so he was just resigned because he signed somebody that they didn't want to sign. It's just really random, but it's just what happened, I guess. He just wasn't having any of it. Moving on. Rojo has signed for Boca Juniors, and then getting some results now. Man United won 9-0 versus Southampton. Crystal Palace won 2-1 versus Newcastle. Wolves won 2-1 versus Arsenal. Sheffield United won 2-1 versus West Brom. Juventus won 2-1 versus Inter. And this is a big upset. Rot-wise, Division 4 side in the kind of Germany tiers won 2-1 versus Bayer Leverkusen in the Cup. So that's a huge upset from them. Man City won 2-1 versus Burnley. Leicester won 2-0 versus Fulham. Everton won 2-1 versus Leeds. Brighton won 1-0 versus Liverpool. West Ham won 3-1 versus Villa. Barcelona won 5-3 versus Granada to go through to the semis of the Copa del Rey. Napoli drew 0-0 versus Atalanta. Chelsea won 1-0 versus Spurs. Onana. So he has been banned for a year of use of drugs when apparently it was just one of his wife's medications that he used just because he wasn't feeling very well. He wasn't aiming to use it for kind of just being able to play better purposes or cheating purposes. But Ajax are appealing it, but it's weird how that suddenly came out. Moving on, Man United drew 3-3 versus Everton. Fulham drew 0-0 versus West Ham. Brighton drew 1-1 versus Burnley. Newcastle won 3-2 versus Southampton. Galatasaray won 1-0 versus Fenerbahce in the Turkish kind of rivalry. Juventus won 2-0 versus Roma. Spurs won 2-0 versus West Brom. Villa won 1-0 versus Arsenal. Man City won 4-1 versus Liverpool. A huge upset. Well, not really a huge upset. A huge result for a game which wouldn't expect him to have that many goals, especially for one side. Chelsea won 2-1 versus Sheffield United. Wolves drew 0-0 versus Leicester. And PSG won 2-0 versus Marseille. So that is the football news. That's basically that. And we'll move on to the UFC news. The final sport of news. Sandhagen KO'd Edgar with a flying knee kick, which was amazing KO. I think like 30 seconds into the thing. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that because that was amazing. But also Volkov stopped Overeem with a pretty good performance, a nice little knockout. Well, not knockout, it was just a stoppage, and he made his nose look messed up. But that is it for the sport this week. Sorry if you can hear any background noise. I don't know if you can or not. But that is it for sport this week. Hope you have enjoyed. If you're on your own day and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you did indeed like the video. And thanks for watching.